everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hiba. I'm a fourth year medical student studying at the University of Manchester. So those of you who have been watching my videos for a while will know that it's been a long time since I've uploaded on my channel. It's actually been more than 3 months since my last upload. So I just wanted to make this video as a freestyle kind of life update, talking about why that is, why I haven't uploaded for the past 3 months, and also kind of what you can expect from my channel going forwards. At first, I was considering just going back to uploading my videos as normal without kind of addressing this huge gap in my uploads. But then I felt like, although my channel is really small, there's just under 2,000 of you, which I'm very, very grateful for every single one of you. I thought that out of the 2,000, there are probably 1 or 2 of you that kind of want to know where I've been and why I haven't uploaded. So yeah, you're probably not going to learn anything useful from this video. If you would rather watch something educational, feel free to skip to any of my other videos. But this is for the few of you who might want to know why I stopped uploading. So I did a community post back when my exams were about to begin, and in that post I wrote that I'm going to stop uploading just for a couple of weeks whilst my exams finished, and then I'll get back to my uploads as soon as my exams are finished and that I won't be gone too long. So these exams that I was talking about were my end of 4th year exams, which were really, really important, of course, not only because you have to pass them to get into 5th year, but because they were the last exams that count towards ranking you nationally against all medical students that graduate with you that year. And that ranking determines where in the country you can work and how likely you are to get your preference for your first job as a doctor. So these exams of mine finished a while ago now, and I was really, really looking forward to getting them over and done with and just getting my life back on track after they finished. But unfortunately, although my exams finished a while ago now, even after they finished, I was feeling really, really low because I felt like I hadn't performed to the best of my ability. In particular, it was the last day of my practical exams, or my OSCEs, that I felt like this about. I felt like I had really messed up on them, and the worst part about it was I felt like I just had a bad day on that day. I don't think I could have done anything more to prepare. It wasn't that I was underprepared. I literally just started off on a station that threw me off, and I was just so upset about that first station that I carried that through for the entire rest of the exam. So even though the rest of the stations weren't even that difficult, they were things that I actually knew inside out and things that I would never usually struggle with on a normal day. Because I was in the mindset of I'm not doing well, like this is going really badly, I just couldn't perform to the best of my ability. And it was just that one day of my exams, out of all of my exams, that went badly. But because it was the last day of my exams, like after that I was meant to be free, that's the kind of impression that the exam season left me with, if that makes sense. And it was just really, really disheartening because I knew I had put in like my 200%. And after my exams were over, I was just feeling like it hadn't paid off and that my efforts had gone to waste. And I've had plenty of times in medical school or just in my life in general where I've come out of an exam and I've been like, oh, I wish I did this, or I wish I remembered this, or I feel like I could have done this better. But never in my entire time at medical school have I ever felt the way that I felt after these exams. I think it was the lowest that I've ever been at medical school, or actually probably the only time I've been low at medical school. And again, the most annoying part of it wasn't that I hadn't prepared enough or worked hard enough, or like a topic came up that I hadn't covered, or something that was my fault, something that I could reason. I kind of knew everything and I didn't feel like I lacked any knowledge. It was just the way the day panned out and the fact that after that first station I was just doubting myself. So I came back home feeling absolutely devastated from the last day of my exam, which was supposed to be like the happiest day of my life. I cried for absolutely ages, like my face was bright red. And again, like I've cried before, like in run up to exams, because I feel stressed and overwhelmed in exam season. So it's common for me to kind of cry in the run up to an exam, but never have I ever cried after a medical school exam. I usually never feel like my efforts have gone to waste. So I was feeling really low and feeling really depressed for many days. I honestly was having nightmares about results day. I just absolutely didn't feel the relief of exams ending whatsoever. And I think what made it worse was the fact that it was the last results that count towards our ranking as well. I think that just made everything 10 times worse because I felt like my performance didn't reflect how hard I'd worked. So at this point, after my exams ended, I did have a lot of free time to make videos, but I just couldn't bring myself to make videos at all. I wasn't feeling talkative at all, and I just didn't want to think about medicine. So a couple of weeks ago now, we got our results and I ended up doing better than I thought. None of the stations went as horrifically as I thought they did, and the feedback that I got kind of showed me that I was holding myself to a really high standard. I could personally see a lot of mistakes and things that I could have improved about my performance, but from the exam feedback it was clear that these were a lot more minor than I thought they were. And I know some people might be thinking at this point, oh, typical med student, cries after exams and then does really well. But I just want to make it clear that me getting a good result doesn't disregard or invalidate just how awful I was feeling after those exams. It doesn't mean that I'm incorrect to think that I've underperformed or that I could have done better or that I was lying about feeling that way. As I mentioned, the way that I felt in the days after those exams were literally something that I've never felt before. It was literally my lowest point, and it was genuinely a huge shock to me that I had not done badly. I was expecting to just borderline pass, if at all. So when people say that, it does really bother me, because every single person has the right to feel like their performance wasn't proportional to the amount of effort they've put in or the amount of revision they've done or how hard they've worked. So I know that went on a bit of a tangent, but just to summarize everything, although my exams finished a while ago now, it's only been these last couple of weeks that I've actually been able to relax mentally and just be stress-free, because I was so stressed about my results. I know I've explained it in quite a complicated way, but in the end, I've done well in my exams, which was genuinely very unexpected, but it's kind of opened my eyes to how much I've doubted myself this exam season, because there was such a big discrepancy in how I personally felt like I did and the feedback that I got from the exams, which is something that I'm going to really proactively tackle before my next exams. I'm happy now to be completely finished with my 4th year. I'm going to be moving into my final year in September, and I'm going to get back to uploading videos on my channel from now on. In terms of what to expect from my channel going forwards, so before I used to upload every weekend, whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I'd make sure to upload one video every weekend. I think going forwards, as I move into my final year, in which there's going to be a lot of different things going on with applying for jobs and several different types of assessments and exams, I'm going to try my best to stick to that, but I feel like the schedule may not be as rigid. So for example, don't be surprised if sometimes I just upload on a random day, so on a weekday instead of the weekend. During my summer now, I'm going to try and upload 2 videos a week just because I do have more time. Basically, I'll be making videos regularly, but just with a less strict schedule. Another thing I wanted to mention is that since I've been away, I've gained about 400 new subscribers. If one of you are watching, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Your support honestly means so much. But for that reason, I'm going to be doing a up-to-date Q&A in which you can ask me any questions that you'd like. You can leave your questions in the comments of this video, or I'm also going to be uploading a community post and an Instagram story soon. You can submit your questions there as well. If there's any questions that you have right now that you want me to reply to right now as well, feel free to leave them in the comments too, and I'll reply to you as soon as I can. If you're still here at the end of this video, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me that a few of you were wondering where I've been. Definitely be sure to keep an eye out for my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.